Hello, Eric the Norman here, and welcome to Minecraft Vikings, a single player let's play. And we are back in our world. The sun is setting, so we'll need to go to sleep. Alright, let me readjust my microphone a bit, and there we are. So we've managed to do this little cozy place and fixed up the walls around it. It's good to go. We're almost done with this. I'm happy with how this turned out. I've cleared out a slot over there, and I've also the tree farm is complete and all that is good. So, I released a video saying, what should I build next? That's primarily because I was unsure what to build next. Now, I released that over a week ago. You know, it's been a long time since I've released any videos at all. Latest one being the CubeCraft, community. But, I mean, in that video, I ramble on why. First off, in that video, I do ramble about why I'm not uploading. So if you are interested to know why I'm not uploading as steadily as I used to, go check that out. It will let you know why. Now, I did get some suggestions. We can remove these. We haven't done these in a while. We'll put up this. Build A. Now, the first thing that was suggested was a library, and that we will do. But that will not be our first build. But the next one is build a guild hall / tavern. Alright, so what we're gonna do, I have some resources from the tree farm, some from the cobblestone, because I had to, and we also need to refurbish this area. I wonder how much fucking chicken food there's here. I might run down and grab a stack while I'm at it. This should be full, but I don't know yet. Should feel like rather quick as well. But I wanna this path here I need to recreate, but I wanna start off with a guild hall / tavern, and I'm gonna make it a bit big. It's normally the reason why it's not really a tavern is because it takes sort of the placement and location of a guild hall. Now the taverns tend to be sort of in the hidden location. So for example, there would be good for a tavern, or even here, but obviously these slots are taken. So we're going to use the location of a guild hall, which tends to be a bit higher and overlooking. So, alright, first off, let me just fix this. A bit higher looking. So just up here, I've cleared out a bit of a space. So this is going to be where our guild hall is. It's going to give us some nice location. It's going to add more features to the main building projects. It's also close to the tree farm, should I need that. And it also puts the tree farm sort of on the map instead of just being, you know, out there. So that is the plan. I have no idea on how I want to build this. So I'm gonna lay down a foundation and look on some pictures, get inspired. And when I'm back with the foundation, you guys will see how this will be. Obviously, it'll be I suppose if you stand here, it's a V shape. If not, it's an L shape or whatever. It's gonna be like that. So I'm gonna look up some pictures, see if there's anything that could inspire me, and then I'll be back, and we should start with the result. All right. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, so I did look at a couple of pictures, and I think I've figured out how I want it. It's going to be dark built, it's going to be wood primarily, almost just wood. Some stone elements to connect it to this, obviously. But what are they going to be? There's going to be sort of like angle, like half circles. That's going to be like the beams of the house, or the inn. So that is sort of how I want to have it. So we need to figure out that we can make a beam. So right now, if that were the way these were made, put them like this. Create a workbench. I have multiple of those lying around, but no, we'll use it. So let's do that. And I think this is either dark oak or just regular oak should be fine. So we're gonna create some stairs, and then it's the beams are gonna look very much like this. And then I need to get on top of it, so like that. And then this one is out. Damn. It's supposed to be like this, and then that's supposed to be like that. And then, so the question is this big enough? Because if not, we will have to widen it out so it actually looks good. So we'll have to see. So right now, that's how that's gonna be. It works. It definitely works. But I think I want to make it a bit wider, because right now it's not really feeling massive, and that's You know, a guild hall is where everyone's gonna meet up. It's gonna be like the center of the town, much like it, where the travelers and such go. So we're gonna add a couple more layers on. I'll finish up this for, you know, the architectural part of it later, but or the surrounding parts of it. So like here, and then over here. So now it's gonna be it's gonna be quite tall. It's gonna be about this tall, and it's gonna be one story. This is all one story. It's just gonna be massive. It's not gonna be like a smart use of how things look like. It's just gonna be or a smart usage of space. It's gonna be massive. That's the plan of it, at least. So we're gonna go a bit high. We're gonna go to about this. Oh damn. Alright, let's see if I can get over to it. There we go. So like such. I'm gonna make that mistake a lot. So like this. Okay, right. I'm sorry for not accommodating, but I'm trying to sort of focus. So we're gonna make this. Cross that over. Like such, and then this is where that's supposed to be. Alright. So that's how that's gonna be looking. Yeah, like that. That's good. Alright. So how big is this? Alright, we're talking that big, eh? It's not really round, is it? I wonder if we could make it better with the use of slabs instead. I'm not sure how I would do that. I'm sorry, but I'm not very used to building things round. I tend to just keep on with the square stuff, as it's a lot easier to build, and it makes more sense in my head. But we'll try. I'll remove this. So like that. And then it would be something like that. Where did I place the first one? Okay, so I'll place it there. Oh, done. Right, and such. How does that look? I'm not sure if I like either of those. I think I don't know. Alright, you guys don't need to listen to this because I'm so focused, so there's no commentary. I'll find a design that works, and then I'll come right back to you. Alright, let's hope that I get a design proper. Alright, I have ended up with a design, and I'm actually rather happy with it. Now, it's not the most archy sort of thing, but it's still what I almost thought of. Could have maybe done it with stairs, but now I've done it with slabs, and I really cannot be arsed to do it over again. But I think that looks good. I want to keep it like that, I want to try it like that, and then we'll see where that leads us. However, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that works out perfectly. That's not, no, okay, right, oh yeah, I measured that out, stupid me. Right, so, 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be the middle of it. Just so I don't continue over where I'm supposed to be. Alright, so, lately I've been really busy, and hopefully that is bound to change, because I really want to continue making YouTube videos. I mean, I love doing it. I love the interaction with you guys, and there's actually quite a few people that does interaction. Even if I haven't uploaded videos the last week, I've still gotten like 2 or 3 subscribers, which is great, and I don't want to ruin that now. So we'll have to figure out a way to deal with this and actually manage to do both. As difficult as it may seem, or seem at that point, because I mean, it does require a lot of attention and a lot of time to do YouTube videos. Because first of all, you sort of can't force yourself into the mood of making YouTube videos. You sort of just gotta feel it. And then when I feel like, all right, I want to make a YouTube video, I'm mid practice and I can't. I got other commitments, and that's what people don't seem to understand, is that my choice of trying to make it within Counter-Strike is it's quite a, how can I say, it's quite an commitment. It's not something I can just choose to do whenever I want to do it, because that won't lead me anywhere, and I can't just play when we're playing together as a team. I gotta play alone, because you gotta practice yourself as well, not just with the team. But I found it really difficult to be able to balance it at the moment, and I hope that is something that becomes a lot easier as I sort of progress and continue. Because again, I really don't want to lose what I got and what I may get when it comes to YouTube. I feel like when I used to make YouTube videos, I made it because I want it to become big. I want to be able to live off it. And I'm not saying I don't want that now. It'd be awesome, don't get me wrong, but that's not why I do it. That's sort of like one of those things where if it would have happened, it would have been awesome, and I would never said no to it. But if it doesn't happen, I've still had a good time making YouTube videos, and at the end of the day, if I can look back on my YouTube quote career, if you want to put it like that, and think to myself, you know what, I'm happy. I got to interact with some awesome people. I managed to create this. I mean, just this. I was one of my friends is one of my watchers. He's the guy that has been commenting a bit. It's Jack, and he was just sort of laughing at me. But I kept saying to him, "Look what I've created. I mean, it's just a Minecraft world, and it most of it were without you guys' interaction, but some of it were, and especially things like this. Like, this is just you. If you guys didn't suggest it, there would not have been any of this. Just think about that for a moment. That is quite extreme. The fact that that's how things work at this point. I mean, come on, this is amazing. It's just amazing in so many levels. It's actually incredible, and I would never give it up. I grew up in Norway. I've always sort of had what I wanted. I can get what I want because I first of all, I have money from working, but second off, I have parents that if I needed things, I could just ask them. Sounds really spoiled, but if I needed food, I would ask my parents, can I get some food? Can I get money for food? I've used up my money on should that be food? Should I come to my dad or my mom and say, I'm sorry, but I used too much money on games? They would be like, first off, they would be, telling me the moral of, why would you do that? Now you can see you did that and it doesn't work out. But then they would be like, alright, you've used up all your money. We will not supply you more money so you can spend, but we'll supply you enough money to buy food. So it's sort of, I've always grown up with the knowing and the knowledge of, if I screw up, there's always someone there to catch me and to be able to help me back on my feet. Luckily, it's still like that. I can still depend on my mom and dad, even though I don't live there. But luckily for me, I don't have to. I worked a lot this summer. I earned in money enough to be 100% independent of my mom and dad. But I mean, it's really weird how things change, and I think I'm just sort of starting to grasp it, because I don't think you really do grasp how different things are between you and your parents until you move out, or at least until you start living on your own, whether it'll be in the basement of your mum's and dad's house, which I think is a great place to start out. I mean, if you can tell your mum and dad that I want to go to school at where you live, but I want to try and live independent. So I want to pay rent. I don't want to get dinner from you guys every day. I want to make my own food, which tends to be a lot of finish up pizzas, frozen pizzas. But yeah, you're still sort of the master of what you choose to do. And I don't think you grasp how different your world is and how different things will be until you actually do it. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is that this weekend, this week, my mum and dad has gone to, I don't know, someplace warm. They've gone on vacation basically, and obviously I got school so I couldn't. But the fact that normally, we would find days and times where I could, they would sort of surround the trip so that I could join. They didn't have to do that, and first of all, and I said when they asked, do you want to come? Do you really want to come? Because we can make it work. I'm like, nah, mate. I didn't say nah, mate, but I said, nah, it's fine. At this point, I've moved out. You guys need to get on with traveling as you guys have planned, and I gotta get on with my studies and don't be dependent on you guys. Now, I cannot tell you how weird it was to see my parents, because they both have Snapchat. They're both that up to date when it comes to technology. When they posted pictures of them finally arriving at this place, and posts the snaps of the pools and laying poolside with a beer and relaxing, and I was thinking, wow, I'm not there with them. How weird. And I honestly still find it completely weird. I don't get it. But at the same time, I'm thinking, I'm glad that they sort of got on with it. No, that sounds really weird and really rude, but I am their son, and I would always want to be a part of what they do, but I don't want to be the guy that holds them back. I know my mum loves traveling, so does my dad, at least to a certain extent. I don't want to be a guy or a son that holds them back from that. I think it's great that they can go out traveling. I find inspiration that I wish that one day, when I get my own family, or at least my own girlfriend at that point, that we could travel the world, that we can enjoy other places than just what we consider home. Because I've been so lucky to have a family that travels quite a bit, mostly because my mom is in the traveling business, because she sells tickets. So sometimes they would get tickets, sometimes we would get discounts on tickets, and from there on out it would sort of just be travels. And I've been to so many places, I can't even remember them all. And what's really unfortunate in that case is that my mum would, we would sit there talking and around dinner or something, and she'd be like, do you remember this time when we went to that place? And I was like, no, I don't. Because I was too young to, I was not too young to enjoy it, because I was old enough to swim and all that, so I enjoyed being there, but I can't remember it. And that is what I want to do. I want to travel so that I can make those memories again, and just enjoy times. And I wish that I will at one point get the opportunity to do that with my own family, and we'll see if it comes true. Hopefully it does. Right, back to the Minecraft. I'd like to ramble. I do hope you guys don't mind too much. I like to tell you guys a bit of personal info, because that is how I am, and that is how I'm always going to be like. So there's that. So that's how those archers are going to end up looking. Now, when it comes down to the walls, we're simply just going to use these. And I've filled in this cobblestone path, and I'm not sure why I did that. Honestly, yeah, I have no clue, but it is so I want that cobblestone framing, because I want to sort of connect it back to the old, or my old builds. So we're gonna do it like that, and we're gonna do it like that. We're gonna knock those away, that away. And we're gonna go grab some stairs. Oh yeah, I have stairs. No need to make new. Alright, so do this. We'll simply do this. not sure if I'm very happy with how that turned out. Trying to find this balance here is actually really, really fucking difficult. And the fact that they don't have a half slab that you can put like there really screws me over. Because I would like a half slab. I would like to fill that in, that half right there. I think if we just bounce it all one up. How will that look if I just simply do this? We'll keep that. It's fine. We'll leave this cobblestone. We're gonna use this as the floor, so that it gets the dark feel, because a guild town is supposed to be, or guild hall, I suppose, would be the proper title of it. It's supposed to be dark, and that's why I'm also I'm not, you know, this would be the perfect place to just put loads of windows, and it's an easy, quick fix of how to do it. But I don't want to do that. I want to make it dark. I want to make it a bit mysterious. Maybe even get like a netherrack sort of flame in the middle. I think that would be cool. I think that would be very cool if we get like a fireplace going. So we need to go to the nether. We haven't been to the nether. We got the portal, so it's just to go and get the netherracks. Probably have some already, to be honest. So we're gonna do that and make that happen. We gotta make it so that the wood does not catch fire, because I would not want to do those over again. They're a pain to do. We're gonna have windows, yes. There's not gonna be many of them, but there's gonna be windows. Most of them are gonna actually be on top, so that it's not used from the inside, but from the outside, so that you can see the fire and that stuff. Alright, eat that. And we should fill this in. I think we're gonna use a lot more wood than I actually got. Alright. There we go. The next episode we do make, where we finish, most likely end up finishing up this project. There's going to be quite a bit of rambling. I'm just calling that out. I'm going to be explaining how my situation is with uni at the moment. So if you have been, you know, looking forward to that, make sure you do not miss that episode, as we're going to discuss quite a bit of uni. Just in short now, I do love it. It's great. I would not have chosen a different subject, and that is it for now. But if you want the full extensive, what do you call it? Full extensive opinion of uni, then you need to wait until probably next week when this the next episode releases. Back in when I started this channel, I said I want to try and make a video a day. I'm realizing now that that's not a realistic possibility at this point. It will be one of each per week, so hopefully I can manage that. The priority is on the TubeCraft one, because that is a community of YouTubers, and they all work hard to create their content. So I don't want to be the slacker there. So that is why. But there will be approximately one of each. Alright, so if I were to just fill this in, how will this look from the outside? I mean, we don't have a roof yet, so it's not a realistic look. It will look somewhere like, that's fine. I might want to remove this, actually. Right, I want to keep that though. Put that there. I'll probably remove the top part as well. Yeah, I think I want to do that. So we're going to end up removing these. And that'll sort of just be a layer. It won't be a part of the wall. So that's how we're going to do it. Alright. So now that we know how we're going to do it, I think I am going to wrap up this episode. This will be done off cam. Next episode we will be making the roof, as I will try and make that a bit different than the roofs I normally make. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, sorry about the rambling. I love to just vent to you guys. Hopefully you guys don't mind it and like to listen. And next episode, again, we'll be talking about the uni. We'll be finishing up the guild hall. I do think it is starting to look majorly good. The fact that it has a very nice location, it should fit quite good into the place. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Remember to give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already done that. It's very important. This way you actually do get notifications whenever I decide to release a new video. I'll do my best to try and keep one of each per week. Should one be late, please do find it in your heart to forgive me, as I have a lot to do, both with the team, both with uni, and also the fact that I do want to have a life. But yeah, remember to like, subscribe, share it to your friends, share it if you have a YouTube channel. Feel free to share about my content on your channel. Would appreciate that. And as always, remember to live life the way you like to live it. And I think my life is a very good example of that. Live life the way you want to live it. Don't feel forced to do anything. And if you are feeling forced and you're not enjoying it, then you probably should change, because it's not something for you. Alright, so make sure you don't make everything a chore, but make life fun. Live life the way you want to live it, not the way other people want you to. And we will be seeing you guys next time. Have a lovely evening.